Why is this video so important to Bob? Well, Bob has been diagnosed with ataxia, which greatly affects his balance, and he has tried many different ways to improve it.
Bob is going to actually offer his opinion, and I would say his expert opinion as a veteran therapist and someone with ataxia, and rate these activities from 0 to 10. And they're going to be worth some. Oh, and we even have numbers. It's going to be official.
Now, the ataxia has also affected Bob's speech, so he's not going to talk too much during this video.
So the first thing Bob tried was working with his diet to improve his balance and walking. Now he's following Dr. Walsh, who's a physician, and she has MS. She actually improved her condition from being in a wheelchair to being able to walk with a cane again just through her diet.
All right.
Now, the goal of this diet was to help her cerebellum, which is your coordination center, produce new mitochondria, which are the powerhouse of each cell, which could possibly help bring back balance and walking. So Bob tried this. Now, the diet is pretty restrictive for the average person. It includes eating things such as meat and vegetables. You have to cut out dairy, gluten, and sugar as well. So it's not meant for everyone, but Bob thought he would give it a try. Now, he did not see a lot of improvement personally with his balance, but he does think it would be good for people that have MS or possibly some type of head injury issue they've had.
It'll help my stomach.
And it also helped Bob with his stomach issues that he was experiencing as well.
For my ataxia, I would rank it a 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10. So let's see what we got next.
Yeah.
All right, the second thing that Bob tried was strengthening. Now, strengthening is supposedly related to balance significantly in some people's book. So he tried that, but exercises from the hips and below. Mike, more details, please.
Now, the point of doing these strengthening exercises is to help Bob get off of a chair or on the floor if he happens to fall. So the focus is going to be on the hips and knees. Now, the first exercise Bob recommends, and he found very helpful, is called the split squat. It is kind of a lunge variation, and it's really good for practicing kneeling down to the floor and getting up. The next exercise Bob recommends is doing some sort of hip abduction exercise. That means bringing your hip out to the side to help strengthen the abductors, which help with walking. And the last thing he did was some hip circles while laying on his back just to get some mobility moving in his legs.
Rank this strengthening exercises a 3 out of 10.
The third thing that Bob tried was standard balanced activities. These are activities that as therapists we've used over the years, and it'll be very clear in just a second, right?
So the first thing Bob liked to do is called tandem walking. So he would hold on to a railing at home, or you can do it with a cane or assisted device, and you're going to simply go heel to toe while walking. Try to keep your balance. This is very challenging for some to make sure to hold on to something for your balance. Also, Bob did some sidestepping, which is simply stepping sideways. Again, he holds onto a rail for balance. Now, the third activity Bob also does, you just stay stationary. Make sure to have a walker or chair, something in front of you, and you're supposed to bring your feet close together like this. You'll notice most people, if they have poor balance, their wider base of support, simply standing with a narrow base for a duration of time, maybe 15-30 seconds, will be enough of a balance challenge for them.
So, Bob, what is your ranking for these activities?
I'd rank a 3 out of 10.
3 over 10, all right. I was expecting a little higher on that. Now, the fourth thing that Bob worked with was his vestibular system. Now, that's within your ear. Common symptoms that happen with Bob as well as other people is when you turn your head, things start to get dizzy and obviously bad for balance. Now, these exercises that Bob is demonstrating right now is what he did. We did a whole video on this, but Mike, can you explain a little more about this before Bob hits me?
So, Bob is doing the more advanced versions while he is trying to track his thumb with head movements right now. This was probably the most challenging variation. If you're just beginning, you don't even have to have your thumb up, and you can just practice turning your head side to side or up and down. Now, Bob is tracking his thumb going up and down as well. Different people may have different issues going side to side or up and down, so focus on which ones you need work on.
At first, I would get dizzy when practicing it, but after a while, you adapt and improve. It's definitely worthwhile. I rank it a 4 out of 10.
All right, 4 out of 10. This is one that people with vertigo would also use as well.
I agree.
All right, the fifth thing that Bob tried was some high-tech device. Actually, it's called the stochastic resonance device. Now, that's a lot of words, but it all boils down to a device like this. It's Velcro, wraps around the leg in this position, and here, this little device here works with your phone through an app, and it actually does vibration, which has a specific vibration that you go through your app on your phone, you work with it. It stimulates the nerves, which actually helps the muscle contraction and coordination. Now, this has been successful with some people that we'll get more into. It can be used, Bob uses it here. It also can be used on the ankle. For the arms, it's just below the elbow here. And actually, for voice and speech as well, you wrap it around your neck.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, and the vibration device is right here. Very interesting. It's very new. Does not work with anybody. But Mike, can you talk a little more about it?
Now, before Bob started using this, he did a 6-minute walk test. It is a common practice in physical therapy. Basically, you see how far you can walk in 6 minutes. This includes your rest time as well, is included in the 6 minutes. Anyway, Bob tested this out, and after wearing this for 3 months, he found he could walk 100 yards further, as well as stumbling less, and he was able to pick up his feet more.
I would give it a 6 out of 10.
Oh,
I really like it.
good deal. Are we going to talk about how to get one?
Yeah, we will.
All right, first of all, we're going to show you 2 very successful cases that use this device. First is on a 78-year-old woman, and the next one is an 87-year-old woman. Mike, you want to give a little more detail?
So this is Linda, a 78-year-old who has left knee pain and has had some increased falls recently. As you can see in the left picture, she's not wearing the device. In the middle, she has the device. On the right, she has been wearing it for 2 hours, and you can see the significant change in her walking pattern.
All right, our next patient is Olga. She's an 87-year-old female who had spinal decompression surgery as well as mini strokes and a few other complications really causing her walking problems.
She has used a walker for over 3 years and has not been able to use a cane safely within this time. After wearing the device on both ankles for 2 minutes, she was able to stand up and walk using a cane approximately 60 feet without any assistance.
That's big progress. All right, now this stochastic device that Bob is using and gave a good rating, we have absolutely zero affiliation with this company, but we do have a link to it. It's rather expensive. It's about $1,500. If you use this link, they will offer 5% off and free shipping, so you can decide if you would like to go with that route.
And if you'd like to check out more videos on how to improve your balance, you can click on the video link right here.
Bob and Brad, the 2 most famous.